For the next few minutes, commit fully. Close other tabs, silence distractions, and come all the way in. This isn't about quick tips or surface tactics. It's about the invisible structure that decides outcomes in conversations before most people even notice the game has begun. In every high-stakes interaction, negotiations, difficult talks with partners or colleagues, leadership moments, even family discussions, things don't usually explode in dramatic fights. They tighten quietly, language becomes careful, options that seemed open suddenly vanish without announcement. The conversation no longer needs more energy, passion, or time. It needs precision and accuracy in how reality is structured from the first moments. This script rewrites and expands the core insights into a clear, practical framework you can use immediately. We'll cover how situations organize behavior automatically. Section 1. The first decision that controls everything. Whoever names what kind of thing this conversation or situation is controls everything that follows. Not because they're smarter or louder, but because human behavior organizes itself around that initial categorization. Our nervous systems crave early structure. Ambiguity is costly in mental energy, so the brain latches onto the first coherent box it's given. This isn't just a frame. Think bigger. It's the category or container that decides permissions, emotional range, what sounds reasonable, and what feels reckless or out of place. Examples in practice: we need to talk creates an open, exploratory space. It sets the baseline frequency for the interaction. We need to deal with this issue narrows options and increases seriousness. The space becomes transactional and focused on resolution. This is a safety concern shifts everything. Obedience feels ethical, delay feels dangerous, dissent feels reckless. The category does the work. Think bigger. It's the category or container that decides permissions, emotional range, what sounds reasonable, and what feels reckless or out of place. How to install a strong container. Name it very early. The first minutes are the most plastic. Once the mold sets, it's hard to break. Name it calmly, without justification or fanfare. If you justify it, you're asking for permission. If you state it, you're creating reality. Make it sound boring and obvious, like it was true all along. The more neutral and low drama it sounds, the stronger it lands. Phrases like, "Let's treat this as a coordination issue." This is clearly about stability. This is a learning moment for alignment. Once installed, objections reclassify themselves inside the new container. You're not arguing content, you're deciding the operating system. Section 2. Defanging hostile containers. When someone else installs a restrictive or adversarial container, never argue inside it. Arguing content validates their structure. Instead, use meta-exposure to collapse it. Pull the camera back and name the pattern. Step 1. Distance it from the person. Make it a common pattern, not their personal flaw. This is a pattern that shows up in tense conversations. Step 2. Name the structure. Clearly label the dynamic, such as a win-lose posture or a power struggle. Make it an object of study. Step 3. Externalize consequences. Show what always happens with this pattern. Escalation, no one feels heard, outcomes worsen for everyone. Step 4. Offer an exit. Provide a graceful off-ramp without immediately pushing your alternative. Let's step out of that pattern for a second. This brings the unconscious pattern into awareness. Once observed, it loses its automatic power. Relief often appears first, then clear thinking. Key rule: never attack content, always attack context. Frames control tempo and emotional range. Categories control permissions. Section 3. Locking categories for alignment and permission. Frames loosen and create movement. Categories freeze permission. A category is a permission package for the brain. Once it lands, some actions feel justified and automatic, while objections sound immoral. High-leverage categories. Safety makes obedience feel ethical and delay feel dangerous. It bypasses logical debate through moral weight. Professional standards or care make criticism feel cruel, immature, or uninformed. The category itself acts as a shield for your position. To lock a category: early, calm, boring, uncontested. Tie criticism of it to negative traits like recklessness or immaturity. The category defends itself. This is how arguments are won upstream, before facts enter. Decide the category, and opposing opinions become mere decorations on your structure. Section 4. Shaping identity through metaphor. The most durable influence lives in identity. It's a hardened metaphor that feels like a solid object. Metaphors are somatic. They shape the body and nervous system's response. Common ones like "I'm a fighter" or "I'm broken" constrain behavior automatically. Never negate identity directly. This triggers defense and makes the person evaluate you. Instead, use the metaphor swap technique. Preserve dignity and intent. Offer a more accurate or empowering organizing metaphor that makes the old one irrelevant without fighting it. Name function. What the behavior is doing, not trait or character. Make it feel optional, respectful, and accurately observed. Instead of, "You're not broken," "This looks like you're carrying way more load than anyone could handle cleanly. This is overload, not breakage." Anger. What I'm seeing looks like something important to you feels exposed, and your system stepped in protectively. You've shifted the metaphor. This gives them a better place to stand without forcing abandonment. Identity reorganizes on its own once the functional metaphor lands. Section 5, the full sequence, running it under pressure. These elements don't operate in isolation. You must run them in a precise loop. First, set the altitude. Rise above reactivity, name the structure instead of responding to the pressure. Control the tempo of the room. Second, name the frame and context. Casually decide what kind of situation this is before the other party can anchor it elsewhere. Third, lock or loosen the category. Freeze for alignment or create movement by defanging a hostile structure. Decide the permissions. Fourth, shape identity via metaphor. Point to function, supersede old metaphors with higher harmonics of understanding. Tune their personal oscillator. Fifth, shut up and let it land. Silence is where integration happens. Most people ruin it by over-explaining or needing to win the moment. No facts added, no authority asserted. The room changes first, behavior follows the new architecture of the field. Integration is automatic. Expansion, relating to frequency and vibrations. Let's expand this architecture into a deeper layer, the oscillatory nature of human experience. Everything in the universe operates through oscillation. Vibrations, rhythms, resonances. Thoughts, emotions, and social dynamics have specific frequencies. Our nervous systems are tuning instruments constantly syncing or clashing. We are biological resonators influenced by the fields we inhabit. Frames and altitude are vibrational settings. A high drama frame is a low chaotic frequency. Naming a calm frame raises the resonance. Naming the frame sets the carrier wave for the conversation. It slows the tempo and creates coherence, allowing behavior to organize within the field. Categories are harmonic filters. A safety category creates a field where dissent becomes dissonant and feels off-key, while alignment harmonizes naturally. By placing something in a professional or caring category, you create moral immunity. Criticism would introduce painful dissonance the brain seeks to avoid. Identity metaphors are core oscillators, the fundamental note a person is playing. Superseding low-frequency metaphors introduces higher, adaptive harmonics. The old pattern loses relevance because it no longer resonates with the new standing wave of identity. The mind entrains to the stronger, more coherent vibration. The sequence as a progression. Altitude attunes, framing sets the carrier, category filters, metaphor tunes the oscillator, and silence stabilizes. Small precise inputs can entrain larger systems when timed right, much like how a singer can shatter glass with the right pitch. This is precision influence. Practical vibrational tips. Speak and embody coherence. Steady breath and even tone emit stable frequencies that anchor the room. Match then lead. Briefly attune to their current vibration, then gently shift the frequency upward toward clarity and alignment. Avoid the dissonance trap. Cultivate your own identity metaphors at higher frequencies. Growth, integration, stewardship, so your presence alone shifts rooms before you speak. Mastering this isn't about control in a domineering sense. It's about becoming a masterful conductor of human fields, creating clarity where conflict once dominated. Apply one piece today. Notice the shifts. Over time, this becomes who you are, someone who works with the architecture beneath words. The power was always there. Thank you for watching Frequency XO Productions, and remember, never give up on yourself. Mastering the hidden architecture of human interaction starts now.